Bienvenue encore. Welcome again. This has always been one of my favorite topics is influencers. Sometimes they're in a minute, right time, right place, right moment. Sometimes they're in a lifetime. When I lived in Montreal, my grandparents, my mom, my aunt were from Kiev, and they came to Montreal. And I was about 5 or 6. My grandfather used to take me for walks in different parks in Montreal. And one day I just asked him, I don't know where, I said, Zeta, how do you know all these people? Because he talked to a lot of people, which is probably where I get it from, I'm guessing. And he said, one day there's a person over there, and I smiled at him, and he came over, and he smiled at me, and then we started talking. And then this other guy saw us, and he came over and smiled at us because we were smiling and started talking to us. And I said, well, to myself, I guess at 5 or 6, that's pretty cool. It's from a smile, he had that much power, if you will, to do that. And that's my first experience with influencers. I know we all generally have a lot of them, but can you share 2 or 3 people that have been influential in your life?
This is going to be boring, Mark, but I have to say both my kids. So if there's two people, it's
Why
going
is
to be,
that boring?
well, I don't know. I figured, you might have wanted a world leader or something, something like to that effect. But really, it's about my kids. And it's pretty simple. Most parents focus on teaching their kids. And what's funny is I've always said that I've learned more about myself through them than they've learned through me. And, look, I created them, right? So you have to look no further than their behavior to find the strengths and weaknesses in your own. And, I often catch myself looking at them, focusing on their issues and thinking, gosh, that explains a lot. And, referring to like the things that I'm going through. So that influences me each and every day, whether it's something that they have difficulty with, or it's a little nuance that I discover, or they're having a mental issue, they're having to overcome something, just their mannerisms, the way they conduct themselves. It's a mirror image of me. So I'd say that, yeah, that's probably my biggest influencers are my 14 and 18-year-old boys.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool because one of the things I talk to people about is that we're influencing people all the time, whether we know it or not, or actively doing it. And it is our choice to do it positively or negatively, because you don't know how much influence it's going to have on them at that time. And your kids see that as well. And so, congratulations to your kids. They raised a good dad.
They tell me that all the time.
No good.
Yeah, they do.
So you don't have any world leader tied to that, right?
I don't, sadly, no.
That's
No.
fine. Those are the best leaders. Those are the best influencers. So thank you so much for sharing that.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me, Mark.